Well, we bring one of mentors from US, a guy who really believes in Latin American talent, who is Mike Hennessy, and he's going to be our host. Please receive him with a very loud clap. Something important. Thank you for all of them who are following us on internet. You can get into nxtplabs.net and you can show online live how these 13 teams are pitching today. Hello to Colombia, who is following very near this, to our team then in Medellin. In Mexico, to our team of Naranja Labs. Hello, guys. Also to Chile and our well, we do a lot of things in this 2014. And please follow the hashtag in Twitter, which is DemoDay6. Thank you very much. This girl is not going to talk anymore, I think. And please, the action starts now.
Okay. Hello, Argentina. And all those that are live streaming as well from the different countries. Just want to say a couple words. It was 20 years ago, almost to the day, that I first stepped foot in South America. So I actually studied at Católica in Santiago, so hello to those streaming from there. And about 4 years ago, I met this guy named Ariel wandering around ad tech in San Francisco, and James Haft, who's a New Yorker, suggested that we get together and meet. And so it was about 4 years ago, it might have been 4 or 5 years ago, Ariel and I sat down before Nxtp even took place. And I have to say, just comparing 20 years ago to 4 years ago to today, where we're now here for the 6th demo day for Nxtp, the change is incredible. In Silicon Valley, we talk a lot about exponential change, and I think we're seeing that here. So there's over 150 companies that have been funded through Nxtp's program, and they've developed relationships with additional countries as well. So obviously we've got partners in Uruguay, in Brazil, here in Argentina, in Mexico, and also Colombia. And one thing that we're going to hear a little bit more about, and Ariel and I and some folks in Silicon Valley have been working through some ideas about how to extend that to Silicon Valley as well. So you'll hear some more about this in the future, but one of the things that we've been talking about is how to provide support after the maybe pre-Series A in the Valley or Series A in Latin America. So you'll hear a bit more about that. So without further ado, I thought I'd take this time to introduce Blink, which is, are you guys getting ready to come on? Each company is going to present for about 3 minutes, and we're going to hold Q&A. We're going to go straight through, I think, eight, and then have a video, and then we'll finish the final. I think we have 13 total presentations. So let me do a quick introduction. So we have Pablo. So Pablo, come on up. And Blink is a real-time location platform that enables media companies to connect and organize a global network with the media professionals. So I'll let Pablo take it away.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Pablo Grandinetti. I'm the co-founder and board member of Blink. 7 months ago, our CEO, Matt Craig, who lives in New York, left the best job in media anyone under 30 could ask for. For 6 years, he was page one editor at the Wall Street Journal, the largest newspaper in the world, commissioning photo, video, and multimedia for dozens of stories a month that were seen by millions every day. Technology touched every part of his life except for the way he was working. At every publisher on the media industry, freelance professionals are in a high-growing demand to create a unique volume of original content. Unfortunately, finding great talent to work with is a painfully slow and offline process. What's that? People like Matt, editors, will play the game of cat and mouse. He will use spreadsheets of contacts that are usually out of date, turn into word-of-mouth recommendations, maybe do some Google searches, and finally, get into the phone and spend countless hours trying to figure out who was or wasn't available right now and on location. And once the job has been done, getting his freelancers paid was also a nightmare because on the media industry, on these companies, the payment processing systems were and still are stuck in the 80s. Matt knew there had to be a better way to do this, so he teamed up with another senior editor from the journal and a former editor of the Wall Street Journal too, of the New York Times too, Julian Shaw, and myself, a serial entrepreneur, to create the solution. We opened our headquarters in New York. We put together an amazing team of developers. A few of them are already in this room. And we invited one of the best media advisors you can find in the United States to join us. And together, we started to work in a no-brainer solution anyone in the media industry will use every single day. And that's Blink, a real-time location and networking platform allowing media companies to connect with freelance professionals across the world. We answered the question, who's available on location right now? For freelance professionals, Blink is a very easy-to-use tool. They can create detailed profiles, they can update their portfolios, and basically they can keep their contact information up to date in just one place. And when they're traveling, they can use our mobile applications to keep the real-time location updated in real time, manually or automatically. For media companies, Blink is a completely new way of doing talent discovery. We allow these companies not only to find great talent on location, but also to track and manage their existing teams, to do secure chat both with their internal and external teams, and to share connections across company, which is a feature these media corporations are loving, and very soon we are going to allow them to pay their freelancers without any hassle. Online audiences in the world are growing very rapidly. And now everyone, and many of you in this room, are back into the content business. We're providing innovative solutions to a $20 billion per year industry by helping these media companies to work faster, to work more efficiently, and most important, to create better content. We launched Blink less than 5 months ago, in January of this year. And we had an amazing traction that was even over what we expected. In less than 5 months, 160 of the world's largest media companies, including the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, CNN, National Geographic, Vice, Time Magazine, and many others, are using Blink actively to connect with more than 3,500 top media professionals from over the world. Less than 5 months is what it took us to become the most relevant network on the media industry. Today, we are providing tools for these companies to create and manage teams. The next step for Blink is the creation of a streamlined payment processing system that will replace the outdated payment workflows that these companies already have, and will allow them to easily manage contracts, tax invoices, and basically the whole process behind hiring and paying the freelancers. We need to take advantage of this crazy product fit we have among the largest companies in our industry. And that's why we're raising a Series C of $1 million that already has many interesting players on the media industry. And we're also looking for new investors on the region to help us take Blink into the next level. So if you're interested, you can talk with me after the presentation. Good morning, everyone. My name is Pablo Grandinetti, co-founder and board member of Blink.
Great job, Pablo. It's not easy to go first, and he did a fantastic job. So we'll keep this rolling along. Next up, we have Javier from Real Trends, and he'll get into the detail of this. This one is particularly interesting. I have an investment that's similar to this, and the basic problem that you're going to see is a lot of these big networks, the sellers on these networks have a hard time tracking and monitoring the things that they're doing on these networks. So I'll leave it to Javier to take it over from there.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Javier, and I'm co-founder of Real Trends. Today, I'd like to start by telling you about our team. Patricio and I are both IT engineers, and combined, we have more than 20 years of experience in the IT industry. We've worked for several multinational companies, one of which is Mercado Libre. Now, Mercado Libre, within its users, has a lot of frequent sellers. These are the guys who sell their products in that platform every day. And we found out something while working there about these frequent sellers. And it is that they are really frustrated. Why? Because every day they have to deal with a whole bunch of tasks in a very manual way, in a very inefficient way. And it makes their account management really complicated. The example of these tasks is the huge amount of time that they spend manually answering every question they get. Also, the time that they spend checking how their listings are ranked and what their competition is doing. And furthermore, they do not have a good enough dashboard where they can see how their account is performing. So because of this and other problems, we decided to create Real Trends, which is a cloud-based, responsive application where these sellers can connect their Mercado Libre account, and we provide them with a great suite of tools to help them sell more and better so we can make them happy. Now, when it comes to making our users happy, we seem to be on the right track. Because of the constant feedback that we get from our users and the metrics that we track within our application, we know that thanks to real trends, our users are now able to answer their questions up to 20 times faster. That they are selling more because their listings are ranking better. That now they can react way faster to what their competition is doing because they can analyze it in real time. And that now they do have a good enough dashboard where they can see what's going on with their account. And this feedback, we didn't just get it from any seller. Within our users, we have some of Mercado Libre's top sellers in Argentina. Now let me tell you how we make our money. Our business model relies on a monthly fee. All of our newly registered users have a free 30-day trial, after which they can continue using the application for free if their monthly sales in Mercado Libre are below 30 sales per month. But once they go above that limit, they have to start paying us a monthly fee that on average is $20 per month. Regarding our potential market, the first platform we decided to focus on is Mercado Libre. And it has a huge market. It has operations in 12 countries in all Latin America. And this gives us a total of 5 million sellers to whom we can provide this application. And this gives us a $1.2 billion potential annual revenue. It's really huge, and remember, this is just with our first platform, Mercado Libre. I want to tell you a little bit about the history of our company. We created it early this year. We got our financing from an Nxtp Labs and Alejandro Estrada, who's an angel investor. We spent the first 2 months developing our beta product, which we launched in Argentina by the end of March. And the month after that, we had already had our first revenues. Right now, we're focusing on product development and customer acquisition. We already have more than 350 registered users. We already have more than 25 paying users. And Real Trends is now a certified application by Mercado Libre. And we have huge plans for our next steps. And in order to make them happen, we've recently opened a 200K seed round to focus on making our team bigger, on further customer acquisition, and expansion to other countries, such as Mexico and Brazil. So if any of you here today want to join us in our journey and invest in our company, we'd be more than happy to talk to you and answer any questions you might have. Thank you very much. My name is Javier, and this is Real Trends.
Great job, Javier. That space, it surprised me to learn how large that market was myself when I first started investigating it. This next one's very dear to my heart. Ana is going to speak about Mano Libre. And for anyone who's tried to learn a foreign language, you understand, if you've ever heard me speak Spanish, you understand why I can't wait for you to do this the other way around. So without further ado.
It's on the roadmap. Hi everyone, I'm Anna Heim from Mono Libre, and I want to start with a question for you. Who here has an accent when speaking English? Quite a lot of people. Well, me too. And then we all know how annoying it can be when you're speaking and people are not really listening to you, or you have to repeat everything you say, or worse, you talk to Siri and she doesn't understand you. Thing is, it's not just you and me or people in this room or in Argentina. There will soon be 2 billion people learning English around the world. And of course, some of them are complete beginners, and in that case, they have plenty of options they can choose from. But what about people who've already studied English in school and still struggle with pronunciation? Well, they don't have so many options. So if you take a look, for instance, they could go online and talk to a native, but it's not enough to get rid of your accent. You could be in the US for years and still have an accent. And they don't want to treat it like it's a disease because it's not convenient to go see a doctor just because you want to improve your accent. This is how we came up with Mono Libre, which is a convenient, fun, and efficient way to improve your accent in English. How do we do it? Well, in 2 ways. So on one hand, you have listening practice, which is a small game where you listen to words, you repeat them, you listen to words, and you have to tell which one it was. It's really important because some of our competitors might skip that, but there's no way you will be able to pronounce words that you can't even differentiate. And then there is the second part, which is speech training with dialogues by real actors that you listen to and repeat, and you know in real time if you did it well or not. How do we do it? Well, that's our secret sauce, which is an algorithm that does real-time speech comparison to be able to give you the feedback that you need to improve your accent. And those two games are part of the beta that we've been testing for the last few weeks. And we found out that people who are interested in that tend to be Spanish speakers or Brazilian Portuguese speakers. They see improving their accent not just as a hobby or something nice to do, but as a way to improve their life in general, because they are getting access to better jobs. Knowing them helped us build our monetization strategy. We know that we need to monetize first through freemium in-app purchases. We also want to explore B2B options later on, but right now we need something that's really flexible and affordable to feed our targets. And the way I know this target is because I know Latin America really well. I'm actually the Nxtp's former editor for Latin America. And on the other hand, my co-founder, Guillaume, is really complementary because he's doubly technical. He's a speech scientist who did research on our algorithm, and is also a developer who's been building our demo. We've been finalists at the Nxtp conference last year with our alpha product, and we've raised seed funding from Nxtp Labs to build our beta. We actually don't need further funding right now, but I still have good news because you can now go to our website and sign up to be one of our beta testers if you want to improve your English. Well, I'm Anna Haim from Mundo Libre. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anna. I really look forward to learning more about that company as we go along. So without further ado, Lucas, come on up on the stage. We're going to learn about Gorsh, which is in the gifting space, and I like your T-shirt.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Lucas Lanosa from Gorsh.com, and I have a question for you. How many of you have found yourselves in the situation where you have no idea what to get to your mother for her birthday? Or even worse, what to get everybody for Christmas when shopping malls are just a nightmare? Don't worry, we have the solution for you. Gorsh.com, a fun, easy and safe online gift store with a curated collection of more than 1,000 unique products, from artwork to t-shirts like this one, across all price points. We are the first place you go online when you need to buy a cool gift, even for yourself, anytime, anywhere, saving time and money. Our business model has been very successful in the US, where the big players are Fab.com, Society6, and Fancy. And we are adapting this model to Latin America, which is the fastest growing region in internet users and e-shoppers. In Gorsh.com, it's all about the products. Usually consumers are overwhelmed by the huge amount of information and product offer online. So curated commerce is key in our site. Our profit comes from the sales, and we minimize inventory risk and financial costs by making consignment deals with our suppliers. And the good news is that we make money from the very first transaction of each of our customers, because the gross profit of an average ticket is much higher than the cost of acquisition. In our first year, we actually delivered more than 10,000 products, and we sold $175,000. And we are growing. Our monthly revenue growth rate is 25%, and our expected revenue for this year is $450,000. We do aspirational branding through celebrity endorsement and special partnerships with big companies like HSBC Bank and Google to increase our user base. Social and emotional component, high engagement in social media, and outstanding customer service define who we are. We are three passionate co-founders that went from an idea to a successful e-commerce chosen by the Nxtweb.com as one of the best 3 consumer startups in Argentina. And now we're ready to take over Latin America. Our next step is Brazil, where curated commerce is booming. So we are fundraising $700,000 to settle our company in this country, and we want you to be part of this amazing journey. Thank you very much. I'm Lucas Lanosa from Gorge. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. We're going to take a little change of tack. We've seen a lot of consumer-related internet and some pure tech companies. Next up is Tomas, who I had the pleasure of meeting a year or so ago in Medellin. So if there's anyone watching from out there with Ruta NA and Lavka. He's tackling a bit of a different problem where it has to do with agribusiness and agriculture. So using some data and analytics to help feed us.
Hi, I'm Tomás Peña, and this is Solapa 4. You can see here a beautiful farm being harvested, but there's also something else being harvested right now, data. Where's this data coming from? It's coming from satellites, combines, drones. It's even coming from advisors. There's too much data that it's almost impossible to handle. There's a lot of data lost in translation. Imagine, some people even print out this information. Thousands of data points killed by a printer. We have the solution. Solapa 4, data analytics for agribusiness decisions. We've developed a platform that allows bankers and insurance companies to monitor their portfolio from a global, a regional, and a detailed view, going deeper and deeper into knowledge without leaving their desk while drinking coffee. We've gathered this information, we turn this data into information using a biological process that allows us to show the whole process of the plant. We have developed an algorithm that allows us to turn all this information and integrate it with the corporate ESPs and do data mining processes. The opportunity is global. This biological process repeats itself in 12 different countries that hold 70% of the plantable land. Our platform finds needles in a haystack. You only have to draw your lot, and then the magic happens. We turn this data into information and into money. We already have customers today, and we're working in the region, and we're going to focus now on insurance companies and banks, because we know that their processes can be greatly improved to take advantage of this information. Farm insurance in the world is a $20 billion market, and in the region, Argentina is the third largest market after Mexico. We're going to Mexico too. 60% of the land has hail insurance in Argentina already, so we have to improve this process so the market is ready for us. We've got a very experienced team that come from different backgrounds, agriculture, banking, and business processes. We have more than 100 years of experience on the table. Our plan is to finish our 1.5 million round with $250,000 so we can consolidate our technical team and get ready for the new product that we're launching for this season, and start an institutional round to raise $2 more million so we can conquer the world. We're building a bridge that comes from agricultural business, agricultural sector, leveraging the information that we have with technology. We think that this is a great challenge, and we want more money so we can make more money with algorithms that we're developing. My name is Solapa 4, and this is Solapa. My name is Tomás.
Thank you, Tomas. And really, your name and your company name are indistinguishable because you're going to be living it, as you know, so we understand that. Next up, we're going to have Daniel come up, who's going to talk about Retargetly. And in Silicon Valley, no one ever accuses investors of being uber intelligent. So one of the things that they tend to do is this is like this. So they like these comparisons. But I think what it does is it makes it a little bit easier to understand business models and understand outcomes. So I think the way that I would describe this next company is if those of you that are familiar with Blue Kai, which is a company that Oracle bought for $400 million earlier in the year. So there's a proven model, and it has to do with the ad world. So Daniel's going to walk us through what a DSP is, a DMP, and he's going to walk through all the ad tech.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Saplinsky. I'm co-founder of Retargetly, and I'm here to talk to you about a problem that I think most of us suffered more than once. And that problem is called spam. Spam sucks, right? I mean, you're happily browsing over the internet, and suddenly, bang, you get all these annoying ads that have really nothing to you. The thing about spam is that it can be really annoying for users, but it is also annoying for marketers and publishers who need to spend tons of money on showing billions of ads in order to reach only a small group of target customers willing to buy. So, if users hate it, marketers hate it, and publishers hate it, how can we solve it? And the answer is technology. Technology gives us the ability to track what users do online and use that information to deliver personalized experiences. By analyzing users' navigation data from different sources, we're able to infer who they are, what are their interests, what are they planning to buy next, or what are they Googling right now, and use that information to show them ads that are really, really relevant to them. How do we do this? In 4 words: cookies, big data, math, and special design taxonomy. Through this mix, we're able to offer our clients 2 main services. A data management platform that is an online dashboard where you can see insights about your traffic and use those insights to target them across multiple media. A data marketplace where you can buy third-party data in order to target specific profiles that haven't been in your site or app yet. The opportunity is big. The total ad spending in Latin America through display, video, and mobile formats in 2012 was about $2.5 billion. This means there's a $2.5 billion market with this problem that keeps growing year after year. Right now, regarding competition, our team came up with a super efficient way of saving and processing data. So we will be able to offer our service mix at the best price in the market. Or in other words, doing this. Right now, we are still developing our technology and growing our data cloud that already has 50 million unique users. And we keep adding 1 million unique new users per day. We are looking for strategic partners and investors who can contribute with regional sales force and online data. Regarding our team, it's formed by software engineers, biz devs, successful entrepreneurs with proven record in the industry. In Retargetly, we work hard to fight spam and preserve real advertising, because we think it's not about not getting ads at all. It is about getting the right ads at the right time, at the right place. I'm Daniel Saplinsky, and this was Retargetly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. Nice job. Nice job. So we're gonna switch gears now, and we're gonna go over towards the restaurant industry, right? And so Diego is gonna come up and talk a bit about Mi Turno.
Okay. Hi. My name is Diego Dodel. I'm co-founder of Mi Turno. Mi Turno is a mobile guest management system that enables restaurants to increase their revenue. By using our app, fewer customers will leave the restaurants while they are waiting. Customers will always remember their reservations, and they will come back more often. We have the opportunity to work in different countries in Latin America and find out that restaurants have common problems. It's common to go to restaurants and they get full and they start to build a paper wait list, and this is a real chaos for the restaurants. It's not a good experience for their customers and produce customers dropouts. Also, there are many sources of the reservations for restaurants. You can do it by phone, by the web, different reservation systems, and it's common too to go to a restaurant and find out that your reservation was lost. And finally, restaurants don't know their customers. You can go several times to the restaurants and they don't know anything about you. So we decided to create a solution that helps restaurants and customers to solve these issues. For the restaurants, we are simplifying their operations, we are improving the customer experience, we are collecting customer and operational data, and increasing their revenue. And for dinners, we are enhancing their experience in the restaurants. We are assuring them that the reservations, that the restaurants got the reservations. We are enabling them to check from their smartphone their position in the wait list and encouraging them to fill reviews in an easy way. We have closed an important partnership with TripAdvisor to integrate our reviews. This partnership with TripAdvisor is the first in the region in the restaurant industry. Also, we are working with Samsung in with important restaurant chains that we found opportunities in Latin America. We now have more than 70 restaurants using our platform. 20,000 people interact with Mi Turno each month, and we are charging the restaurant $70, in average, $70 per month. In the next 12 months, we are going to the biggest market in Latin America, and we expect to have a revenue of $5 million in the next 3 months. We are raising $300,000 to go to Mexico and Brazil in the short term. And here is our team. We are going to succeed not only because we have a great product and solve a real problem, but also because we are an experienced team with deep knowledge in business intelligence, execution, and the restaurant industry. We invite you to share our vision and join Mi Turno. Thank you.
All right, next up we're gonna talk about money and currency and payment systems. And I think there's been a lot of activity. Everyone's familiar with Bitcoin and some of the activities that have been going on in the Valley. So I'm very interested to hear Gabriel's comments. The name of the company is Koi Banks.
Hi everyone. I'm Gabriel Kurman, CFO and Head of Investor Relations at Koi Banks. When people often ask me what a Bitcoin is, I usually say it depends who you're asking to. For instance, if you ask to an anthropologist, he'll say that the most important feature of this technology is that for the first time in human history, we are able to transfer value among ourselves without any of a central bank. And economists, however, will say that the most important feature is that supply is fixed, known by everybody, and there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. A computer geek will definitely say that the amazing feature of this technology is that it's open source and that the power is in the network. But then a credit card user will say that what's great about this technology is that the fees are so low, the transaction fees are so low, and the information is protected. Some other people might very well say that we're talking about Bitcoin today because last year its price soared 56 times, and this is a very compelling argument as well. But now we need to make a caveat, because not everything that shines is Bitcoin. There are several risks associated with this technology that we all need to deal with and take care of. First of all, there is a very high incentive risk for hackers to get into your wallets and steal your Bitcoins. Also, as this technology is so new, its price is very volatile and hard to predict. At the same time, many times we don't know who we're dealing with. The ecosystem is so immature and many companies are still very unprofessional. There is no inheritance mechanism and still a lot of uncertainty around regulation and taxation. So when we saw this picture at Koi Banks, we realized that there was a clear need for an institutional solution to mitigate these risks. And that's how we came up with the Bitcoin Fund. The Bitcoin Fund not only mitigates all these risks aforementioned, but also is the first Bitcoin fund ever that has an active portfolio management strategy to mitigate volatility. And that strategy is based on 4 pillars. First, a well-balanced portfolio of cryptocurrencies, insured and saved in secure servers without access to the internet. Also, an holistic mining strategy, arbitrage among different exchanges, and trading and daily trading to profit from high volatility periods. Now let me tell you about our vision as a company, because we, we, we told ourselves that we wanted to allow the general public to become early adopters of this technology and profit from its huge potential. And we want to educate them along the process through webinars and newsletters. We also want to put in their hands the latest available technology in terms of security, mining, and trading. But how we want to do this, and this is very important for us, because we want to set a high new standard in terms of corporate governance. And as a consequence, we involved Deloitte & Touche from day one to develop our procedures and audit our company. Now let me introduce your team and the faces behind this vision, because I think this is our strongest asset. Diego was involved in the early beginnings of Clarín Digital and Patagon.com, and he's currently the president of the Bitcoin Argentine Foundation, and probably the person who knows Bitcoin the most in Latin America. Guillermo is a serial entrepreneur with more than 20 years of experience in startups and product development. And I myself have been involved in corporate finance for more than 10 years and participated in the team that raised a $1.6 billion private equity fund for Advent International in 2010. We also have top international advisors. Andreas Antonopoulos is the leading crypto security expert worldwide, and Fred Mazzo is a well-recognized trader in the Bitcoin community as well. If you have any further questions or you want to know more about our company or our fund, let me welcome you to our weekly presentations that we are hosting at Nxtp Labs. Next meeting is this Thursday afternoon. My name is Gabriel Kurman, this is Coibanks, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Gabriel.
You're listening to a demo.
I know there's a lot of interest in that alternative currency, so that's definitely something some of the smarter investors are paying attention to. But before I bring up Walter, I just wanted to just point out over here, you may see some videos and some images over here. This is also an Nxtp Labs company called Weigh-In, and they aggregate a lot of the social media streams and the content. So you'll be seeing these things change real time as we're going. So Nearway, Walter's going to enlighten us a bit about the proliferation of devices and different media things and how you keep track of it between customers and companies and consumers. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Big round of applause, please, for Walter from Nearway.
Good morning to all people. My name is Walter Rosenthal. I'm from Chile, and today I become to present Nearway. Currently, there are many organizations that don't have a dedicated solution for communicate their personal clients and users. And this generates a big problem when it's necessary to produce and gather data. For example, a large business can take weeks to provide their sellers information about much information for a new product and much more time to collect and produce and about who the market is reacting to this new strategy. That is a big problem. Clemente Canales is co-founder and CEO at Nearway. He worked in sales area for more than 20 years at a big company in Chile. He knows the problem and he feels the pain when communicating with their sales force at Telefónica. I'm co-founder. I have been promoting the creation of innovative company and that more 20 years and promote the method and the team to develop the system at Nearway. Nearway is a software as a service designed to facilitate the communicate corporation. Nearway focuses on the interactive between personal user and client that are outside the building, creating an easily accessible channel with just their mobile phone. With our system, you can send surveys, monitor staff attendance, create pathworks, and hear reference data, and more. The Nearway system easily adjusts to case requirement, is intuitive, simple to use, and store all the information in one single page. We are certain that a small and medium enterprise through the world using Nearway. There is a tendency of use software as a service in this type of organization. We are deploying our business in Chilean market will we expand to the rest of the region and to the rest of the world. In the market, we are not alone. Large systems that similar to Salesforce and others which offer complex solutions and high net monthly and initial cost. And in addition, there are other small enterprises or startups running the same race. We start with our MVP on January 2013, and March on 2014 we closed our first investment round. Today we have 4,500 users, and we have clients with recurrent payment. We expect to close the year in break-even point. Today our capital requirement is not urgent, but we want to articulate a new round of investment before the end of the 2014. We invite you to us to act. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. So hold on 1 minute, Ignacio. I think we're going to see a movie now, right? Or a video, is that correct? Okay. So unfortunately, it's not going to be World Cup. I know that we're all anxious to be there, and especially down here. But right now, we're going to see a video. It's from iBillionaire. And if you've ever wondered what it's like to be or to invest like Warren Buffett or some of the John Paulson or some of the big hedge funds, this platform is a way to emulate the style of investing that you see from managers or investors or people that you admire or like or want to follow. And I think we're going to do a video clip. Is that right? Okay. We'll take it away. This is iBillionaire.
Hey, Martin. Hey, Martin.
Always a pleasure, Mr. Vanderbilt.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine,
The pleasure's all mine, Thomas.
Walk like a billionaire. React like a billionaire. Think like a billionaire. Learn how billionaires invest their money with the free iBillionaire app and start investing like a billionaire.
You're listening to a demo for stockmusic.com.
And just wanted to, Ariel's spoon feeding me information over here. So one thing I've neglected to mention is they're actually going to do an IPO. So they're going to do a listing. I believe it's on NASDAQ. And that's next week. And Martin Vasaki is one of the key entrepreneurs behind the iBillionaire. So look forward to seeing that IPO. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing Ignacio from Aventones. And this is not our first run around. I had the pleasure of meeting Ignacio and Christina and team when we were together in, I believe, with an Endeavor event. I was actually their panelist. So we gave some feedback and some advice, and it's just interesting to see how this transportation sector is taking off. I know in San Francisco, for example, in New York and some of the major cities, you see a lot of Uber and you see a lot of Sidecar and Lyft and these companies that are doing sort of acting like taxis. There's also another segment within this, within the corporate sector and within ride sharing. So let's have Ignacio explain to us, and I'm excited to hear what's going on with Aventones from Mexico.
Hello, my name is Ignacio Cordero. I'm co-founder of Aventones. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our story now. 3 years ago, we started Aventones with the goal of helping large organizations building a carpooling culture in a safe, social, and sustainable way. So in our service, people post their regular commute and find relevant matches in order to carpool with their fellow coworkers. We've worked with more than 70 companies, well, organizations in 4 countries. Most of them are big companies, but some of them are universities and public institutions. We have more than 25K active users, and with our licensed business model, we've managed to upscale our revenue year by year. So we've had a lot of fun with Aventones. We've learned a lot about the day-by-day organized private carpooling. But what about the casual carpooling, the non-planned, non-routine, occasional carpooling? How can we do a business out of this, and how can we help travelers on this? Also, how can we make it public, available for everyone, and keeping the trust and keeping the safety? So to answer these questions, we've built rides. Rides is a public casual carpooling platform. It's more like the Airbnb of car seats. With Rides, drivers can make a better use of the space in their cars, and travelers can make a new way of transportation. It's focused on practicality and safety because it has validated user profiles. It works on a 10% commission on every seat sold. It charges on the driver, and we do a lot of partnerships with big events like festivals and concerts, sports events to attract a lot of users. That's besides, of course, the online marketing. We have now a little bit more than 11,000 users with 6,000 seats posted. And so we have these two great products that are combined, that they work with different moments of mobility and that they complement among themselves. So our team has a lot of collective experience in finance, in sales, in project management. We also have strategic partners that are helping us grow and execute our business. And well, today, currently we are active in 4 countries. But by the end of this year, we're going to be launching Aventones and Rides in 2 other countries, the biggest cities in Argentina and Brazil. To do this, we need an additional funding round. We are confident we're going to receive $500K from INADEM, which is the Mexican public institution that helps entrepreneurs. But we still need another $500K to do all of what we want to do. So to summarize, our company is all about making private solutions for public problems. I'm Ignacio Cordero. I'm co-founder in Aventones. Thank you.
Thank you, Ignacio. Appreciate it. Nothing like rapid fire. This is unique in the world of Latin America. The trains are running exactly on time. So I do want to, let's take a breath for a minute. I just do want to point out over here on your left, my right, there's a list of some of our sponsors, and we know without sponsors, none of these types of things are possible. So without further ado, Cecilia is going to talk to us a bit about Zolvers, which is going to help individuals and I guess families do tasks in their home and how to make that easier. Yes. So please give a warm welcome to Zolvers and Cecilia.
Hi, I'm Cecilia, co-founder of Zolvers. These pictures look familiar to you? Coming back from work and see that your toilet is still leaking water or that your house needs cleaning? Yes, we all have these pending issues at home, and there isn't an efficient way to find a plumber, an electrician, or someone to help you on your house cleaning some hours every week. Well, we can solve that. Zolvers is a solution for everyone. Zolvers is a marketplace that connects you with a network of background checks qualified people ready to help you on your household tasks. These are some of our real Zolvers from Argentina and Mexico. We make focus on our key differentiation, trust, because we know what you need. Zolvers is not an open marketplace. Every Zolver has to pass through an exhaustive validation process to be admitted on our network. And of course, they are also rated by users every time they complete a task. And how it works? You just need to post your task, and you will automatically receive quotes from our nearby Zolvers. You can check the profiles, see the comments they have, compare prices, and even as our Zolvers are clustered by area, you can see recommendations from your neighbor or people really close to you. So finally, you make your choice. So simple, so helpful for everyone. How do we earn money? We charge a 15% commission to every completed task. There are many big players in developed countries, including Care.com that made an IPO this year. In Latin America, there are only some small local players, but no big one consolidated yet. We are operating in Argentina and Mexico, and we are going to arrive at Chile in October. We are developing this business in Latin America, and we are doing it successfully. We are growing 40% each month. We started in December with 50 tasks, and now we have 4,000 posted tasks, and we'll reach 20,000 at the end of this year. Our acquisition cost is about $13, and we recover this value with the first transaction of that user. And how we can do all of this? Because we have a team with a lot of experience in all areas that affect our business. We know the market, and we know how to address it. And we have the support of Nxtp Labs in Buenos Aires, 500 startups in Mexico, and Startup Chile. Our roadmap is clear, and so far we are achieving each stage. We are looking forward to raise $300,000 to grow in current markets and develop new ones. I'm Cecilia from Solvers. Thank you very much for your attention, and I invite you to have your own experience and see how we can solve your household pendings.
Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you very much. It's impressive. Lots of growth enabled there. So this next company is called Cool. So Pablo, I'd like to welcome you up to the stage. And they were talking about enabling things. So I'd like to understand what that means exactly.
Hello.
Come on, give an applause, give an applause.
Hello, my name is Pablo, and I'm co-founder of Cool. Cool is a cloud-powered productivity application that lets you write notes, take pictures, record voice or video, or upload any kind of document. But the real thing about Cool is synchronization. Cool synchronizes every single movement, every single action in visual real time. No other application in the market do this right now. So let me talk about our roots, our present, and our future. We started Cool 2 years ago with an amazing team. That is Andrea from Inicia, with 10 years of system engineer experience. Rodrigo, it's an accountant from Microsoft, it's General Director of Microsoft Uruguay. Damian, co-founder of Inicia. Eduardo is Microsoft Director from New Technologies for LATAM. And I, technical speaker and system engineer with more than 10 years of experience in IT. So let's see some numbers of Cool right now. In a year, we have 120,000 downloads. We have a 600 rating with an average rate of 4.5. We have been top up in countries like US, Canada, Brazil, UK, France, Germany, and other biggest markets, and we have contracts signed with Sony and Toshiba. This contract reports to Cool the ability to reach 10 million users with Cool pre-installed on all Windows 8 devices. So it's really important to know that up to date we have only the application in Windows Store and Windows Phone market, by far the little of the three of the ecosystem. We are letting out Android and iOS by now. And that you can use Cool as a personal version. You have not the ability to share Cool yet. So I'm really happy to announce today that we just released the collaborative version of Cool that will be available for download for the end of this month. We are also running a massive campaign, a PR campaign, together with Microsoft, and we are working with some financial enterprise to make our first enterprise deploy, not hosted on the public cloud, but hosted on the client infrastructure. So what can you expect for the short term? We are advanced conversation with HP, Lenovo, Dell, and Nokia. We are, as I told you, we are running our first enterprise deploy. We are going to make a fundraising for this year, and we also will have the first version of Cool from web by the end of Q4. For next year, middle time, we are thinking about arriving Android and iOS to complete all the ecosystem. So thank you very much. Try Cool, and if you have some questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.
Thank you, Pablo. Thank you very much. So I suspect that this next company was put here. This is the last company to present just prior to lunch. So there's a theme that you'll see here. Cook App Tomas is going to come up and demonstrate a unique way for chefs and potential diners and folks to meet each other. And they've got some great traction in New York City and Buenos Aires. So without further ado, come on up, Thomas.
Thanks, Mike. Hi, I'm Tom, and I'm going to introduce you to CookUp. 13%. That's my personal growth rate. Exactly a year ago, we launched CookUp here in Buenos Aires. It was June 2013, and I personally weighed 79 kilos. Today, a year afterwards, I weighed 89, close to 90, so that's my growth rate. But I'm not actually happy for that. I'm actually quite happy because 13% is also CookUp's monthly growth rate on reservations. And we as a team are actually very happy because we found out that there's a problem a bunch of people actually have. And there's people everywhere who are passionate about cooking. They're great hosts, and people you probably know, or you yourself, you always wanted to have a little restaurant, wanted to have a coffee shop, you wanted to invite people for dinner or for lunch. And on the other side as well, there's people like we, that the only option we have to go out for dinner or for lunch is restaurants, right? So we said, why not joining these two groups of people and then making a platform in order to connect them? And what we found out is what we didn't only feed all of those people, we also connected them. And we gave the chance for people to actually go to a place, go to the chef house, meet the chef itself, get the receipt, for example, and also interact with other people. So that social factor about CookUp is what makes it super sticky. And the way we did it is actually pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We just set up a website, we set up a mobile app for iPhone, where with only 3 taps of your finger, you'll be able to actually book a meal and attend it at the chef's house. You probably wonder how we are doing, and we're actually growing pretty fast. So user acquisition is going very well. We have close to 75,000 users. Most of them are actually women. I mean, women are way more proactive on attending social events. But all of them are getting this idea of being able to interact with people whenever they go and eat, something we do every time, twice a day. On the other side, you wonder, who the hell wants to invite people for dinner at their house, right? And we also find out, I mean, it's like knocking the doors of different chefs here initially in Buenos Aires. There's a bunch of them. And they started proactively applying to CookUp. So we receive in between 8 and 15 chefs applications a day. And this difference of 10%, it's like we have here in Buenos Aires around 850 chefs applications. And today we have 90 chefs in Buenos Aires that serve weekly dinners at their house. And the difference, this 10% ratio, is because we curate those experiences. We do the same thing that Airbnb has been doing for the past 4 years. And what we do is those chefs apply, we filter them, and then we send photographers. And those photographers actually go to the house, they go eat, they have fun with the chefs, they meet the chefs' friends as well, and they fill a little form saying, hey, this experience was awesome, or this experience wasn't that good. And the fun thing about this is that with a constant growth on chefs, many more people started booking these events, and they all sold out. And what makes it actually very good is that this is super sticky for people because these social events are actually great, and what we measure with really detail is how those experiences went. So imagine you already downloaded the app, and you book an event for tomorrow, so the day afterwards, at 10 a.m. in the morning, you will receive an email asking you, hey, how that experience went. And of course, you'll give a rating, and what we found out is that more than 98% of the people would recommend that experience to a friend. Not only that, we have an average review rate of 4.52. And that's awesome. Compare it with any Yelp review, and that's actually super high. Our business model is pretty straightforward. Suppose we have an average ticket price in between 50 and 60 bucks, and we get 20%, so we make $10 a meal. It's pretty easy. The team, we all have experience on consumer web startups, 5 of us met at Peshuvano, where we learned pretty well, honestly, how to expand different companies and the do's and don'ts of consumer web startups. And we have a team with operations and marketing over here in Buenos Aires, in New York, and in San Francisco. And our plans are to actually grow this team and expand in different cities in the United States. So we hope that for the end of 2014, we're going to be on 7 different cities in the United States. So we finished our seed round, and we're raising the money mostly to focus on product. So we want to build a chef platform that is actually way more easy for the chefs to actually go and submit their applications and actually start cooking, and for them to communicate with the users way easier as well. And of course, to keep on growing internationally, acquiring users, and of course, expand our operations. Thank you very much. I'm Tom, and I'll be glad to talk to you later. Thank you.
You're listening to a demo for StartMusic.com.
Louder! Guys, I think that I need something louder for all our teams that had been in our stage. Please. Nxtp Labs is a global, a regional seed fund with acceleration program. Sorry, but any kind of this project, dreams, has a point, a city that is the scenario, the ideal scenario to make these dreams come true, and that city is Buenos Aires, that has its arms open for all the entrepreneurs of Latin America. I'm from Ecuador, and I built my first startup in Buenos Aires, and in not other city I can make it. And I really know that, that I must have to be here to make it true. That's why I want a very good welcome from Mariano Mayer, who is the responsible of entrepreneurship and innovation of the government of the city of Buenos Aires, who just landed from Switzerland, 30 hours on plane, and he's here to tell us why this city is the city for everybody, for all the entrepreneurs. Please.
Hello. Thanks, Maca. Thanks, Ariel, and all Nxtp for the invitation. It was not 30 hours of plane, but it was with the skates, okay? Well, we are really happy that this event is happening here in the city. In last year, we have developed and designed this innovation plan for the city, as the most important cities of the world are doing, because we realize that innovation is the only way we could achieve the development of our country and of our city in a sustainable way, and with true and genuine development. That's why we are implementing this plan, which mainly is working on human capital, creative economy and entrepreneurs, innovation for inclusion or social innovation, and smart cities. And for that purpose, because entrepreneurship is the one who put innovation into action, we really need the ecosystem of Buenos Aires City to be fully developed. And that's what we have been working in these past months. I was appointed 8 months ago, and we have just started our first initiative, which is Buenos Aires Academy Emprende, because we think that, first of all, we need to work on the human capital. These challenges that we have in this modern world would be solved by people, and the solution is for people. That's why we are first working with that, especially because we think that entrepreneurship has something transversal to all human capital, which could be used for everyone. We think that the entrepreneur is not only the tech entrepreneur, but the person who is continually searching to create value, which could be economic, which could be social, or it could be environmental. And that is something that could be done by anyone, not only the entrepreneurs, but which are actually with a project, but the ones who are working in a job, who has a job, people in the government, wherever they are. So We are working with that also with Nxtp, which is we are one of the places where the program is established is in Nxtp labs, and also all over the city. We are also working with community because we think that the startup community or the entrepreneurship community is a key aspect for the development of those, of the magic. And also financing, we are launching an accelerator program. But in the end, the goal is to exploit all the potential of Buenos Aires City as a creative and entrepreneurship city, because we think that it has a very important role in the future of the city to be able to deal with the challenges of the future. If you have ever seen anything from Singularity University, technology has a very nice face, but also it's very challenging. Almost 50% of the jobs would be, or possibly would be automatized. So we have a very important challenge in that. People need to reinvent themselves. The future of work is mainly in entrepreneurship and not only in big corporations, because also corporations need the skills of the entrepreneurs. That's why I'm not going to say entrepreneurship for all, but it's something like that. So we are really happy that this is happening. Thank you for the invitation, and we hope we can continue working together. Thank you very much.
Thank you for attending to make a space and share with us those amazing ideas. Well, this is the thank you time, and I'm going to ask you for a very, very warm clap for these brands and people who makes possible this demo day. First, Gobierno de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires. Our lead investor, FOMIN. The MSN connection of Fibertel. Of course, Banco Galicia. Entrepreneurs like us, Nxtp. Our law guy, Tanoira and Casagne Law Firm. Amazon Web Services. This is going to be tasty. Amstel, the beer. Mike, in a minute we are going to have a beer time. Okay, and something very special, because now our one partners and sponsors is one of our first edition startup, and a special mention for Comenta TV, former Comenta TV, and Wayne, which is the responsible of that social media platform. Well, I'm the girl who is trying to speak in English in front of you. I promise I'm going to use Mono Libre. And I'm representing here a team. And first, I want to recognize the amazing work who's making Arturo Torres. He really left everything in the field for us. He invent time for us. He's like a dad for everybody. We really love you. Thank you for your work. Yeah, really. It's not about the age. Okay. For our girls of the entrepreneurial services and psychological support, which is very important to work and to be with the entrepreneurs in this very emotive and very difficult time of being a CEO or a founder of a startup. Please, Leila Klein. Our new Messi, Gabriela Roberto Baró. Our Mascherano, Francisco Garzón. Our Batman, because we need to, to make the bat signal, Teresa Amaral. Lucrecia, thank you also to you. Silvia Marra, who makes to make our look like a good speakers. Our directors and founders, because if they didn't have in mind this thing, it's impossible to be here. Please, Marta. Francisca Coronel. Martin Hassan is also here. Ariel Arrieta. Well, the idea is that today we are a team that we share the honor with the Nxtperience agency. Please a warm clap for them. Hernando Salinas. Mariana Kotik. Leandro Masochi. Well, the idea is that we are a team, not just 3 or 4 people. We are a real team, and we are lifting everything in the film for you, for the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Well, that's why I was here to say thank you for all these people. And now let's listen a very good entrepreneurial history. And who's going to introduce? Our host, Mike Hennessy.
Thank you, Maka. Thank you. Great job. So this is the last part of the program. There's going to be some setups for some chairs back here. We're going to do an interview. So why are we here? Why is everybody here? We're either entrepreneurs, we're investors, we are service providers to these companies. But at the end of the day, it's all about exits. The only way an investor gets paid is if a company either gets acquired or they go public in a market to provide some sort of liquidity. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to switch to Spanish. I know that'll probably help a lot of you out there. We're going to bring up a couple of chairs. If we could get Ariel to come up, Alexis and Juan Milano, if you're out there, why don't we have you come to the front of the stage? And we're going to hear a little bit of the experience of Comenta TV, an exit that came through Nxtp Labs with YN, and they're going to discuss some of the details and do this interview in Spanish. So and after that will conclude the program. But we're going to just do 2, or we're going to? No,
okay. It's coming. Okay. Alexis also.
So I think we need. Do you need a chair as well, or you? Okay. Bueno.
And thank you. Yeah. I know how hard it is to pitch in English. That is why I'm still pushing to everyone to pitch in English. But pitching and responding questions is different. That is why we will switch to Spanish.
Meaning that when it's your turn to speak in English, you turn to Spanish.
Yeah, mainly. I did it many times, and it's hard, and I know. Alexis, when you are ready, come here. Podemos tomar asiento, relájate. Contanos un poco tu historia como emprendedor. Antes de comenta de dónde venís y ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás, Juan? ¿Todo bien? El que inició todo, señor. Yo tengo una historia medio rara. Arranqué estudiando diseño, me pasé a comunicación, terminé haciendo un MBA para entender de negocios. Me pagué la carrera diseñando, trabajé en tecnología, en medios. Entonces tengo así como una mezcla medio extraña de pasiones en realidad. Y vengo de ahí, de trabajar con muchas empresas de medios, de tecnología, internacionales y locales. Mucha consultoría que un poco me me formaron para entender cómo funciona una empresa y cómo funciona un producto, desde que se hace hasta que se lanza al mundo y tiene que generar un negocio.
¿Cómo formaste el equipo de Comenta?
Arranqué, como muchos, arrancamos con un programador con el cual dijimos, asociémonos. Y después terminó que no resultó ser una muy buena relación y a partir de ahí traté de rodearme de la mejor gente posible, comenzando por la parte tecnológica, Juan Xuin, luego cuando teníamos un producto con Diego Jolodenko, y creo que entre todos, y después la gente que se fue sumando, hicimos un equipo muy apasionado por lo que hacíamos, que nosotros creíamos que había algo ahí, contra toda esperanza. Siempre me acuerdo de un inversor nuestro que nos contó el día que se vendió la compañía que nos había pasado a pérdida ya. Digamos, que esto no da para más. Pero gracias a esto, digamos, al equipo que formamos, que realmente creíamos y muy talentosos, pudimos avanzar.
Esa es la historia que sale en todos lados, pero contar la verdadera historia cuando las cosas no estaban tan lindas.
Cuando las cosas no estaban tan lindas, éramos un hermoso equipo que nos queríamos mucho, viajábamos prácticamente casi a dedo, compartíamos la misma cama en los viajes, digamos, pasamos mucha hambre, mucho sufrimiento, pero sí, había mucha cohesión en ese equipo. Que la pérdida del socio inicial nos afectó muchísimo y nos hizo perder foco un montón, pero gracias a esa cohesión que logramos formar con Diego, con Juan, con Nacho, con los que se fueron sumando, creo que aguantamos la tormenta, el valle de la muerte y salió el sol y tuvimos la suerte de que pasara algo bueno como lo que pasó.
¿Quién fue tus primeros inversores? ¿Cómo conseguiste convencerlos?
Me encantaría decir que fue Nxtp Labs, pero fue el primer inversor fue el gobierno de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires con el programa Buenos Aires Emprende. Que un poco mi idea era crear algo nuevo, no sabía qué, y armé una empresa para crear cosas nuevas. La tercera cosa nueva que creamos fue Comenta TV y que pegó de inmediato y ahí, ahí fue cuando nos juntamos con ustedes, arrancamos con Nxtp Labs y el diferencial fue poder dedicarnos tiempo completo. Buenos Aires Emprende nos permitió proyectar una idea. Nxtp Labs nos permitió enfocarnos en esa idea y madurarla para convertirla en una empresa.
¿Cómo fue esa transición cuando arrancaron? Que tuvieron el primer dinero, hicieron un pivot, al principio era un producto más B2C.
Pero teníamos 28 pivots. Pero todo arrancó en realidad con una primera aplicación de iPad que hablábamos con vos en su momento, era Timeline Reader, que nos permitía juntar noticias de Twitter y leerlas tipo Flipboard, que la lanzamos el mismo día que Flipboard, y ahí fue nuestro primer pivot, porque dijimos estamos muertos. Y ahí empezamos creamos una especie de red social de televisión, que es importante ese ejemplo, porque que algo exista, que un fenómeno suceda, no quiere decir que haya un negocio en ese fenómeno, sino que hay que encontrar un problema que hay que resolver. Y todo lo trillado que se escucha continuamente en todos los ejemplos de consejos de emprendedores es todo verdad. Si no estás resolviendo un problema ahí, si no hay alguien que esté dispuesto a pagarte de alguna manera por algo, cambia. Tardamos bastante más de lo necesario en darnos cuenta de eso. Y realmente el pivot fundamental fue cuando empezamos a escuchar a la gente que estaba interesada en la tecnología, pero quería aplicarla para algo diferente, que fueron los canales de televisión. Y ahí, escuchando al cliente dispuesto a pagar, fue que cambiamos, teníamos una tecnología interesante y aplicamos todo ese contacto con el cliente potencial para generar el producto ideal para ellos.
Genial. Alexis, contanos tu historia, ¿cómo arrancaste?
Bueno, nosotros... ¿Se escucha? ¿Sí? Oh, yo no me escucho. Nosotros arrancamos a principios del 2010 con mi hermana, con Marina. Marina es periodista, editora y yo estudiaba ingeniería química, o sea que no teníamos ni idea en lo que nos estábamos metiendo. Y por suerte hubo un tipo que nos dijo, no tienen ni idea en lo que se están metiendo, yo los voy a ayudar, que fue Sergio Greenbaum, que es uno de los que hizo de remate. Y bueno, durante el año que tardó el desarrollo del sitio, tuvimos la gran idea ingenua de salir a hablar con los que iban a ser nuestros futuros clientes, que eran los vendedores, los diseñadores, artistas y artesanos que iban a vender en el sitio. Y ese fue, a lo largo de los años, el mayor valor de la plataforma, el valor que vieron ustedes, el valor que vio el O7 cuando compró la empresa, que fue armar esa comunidad, ese núcleo de gente que nos bancó todos los meses donde no se vendía nada, digamos, nos bancó todo.
¿Qué edad tenés?
Yo tengo 24.
¿Y cuando arrancaste?
19.
19. ¿Y cuánto dinero levantaste?
Y nuestro primer inversor fue Nxtp, nuestro primer inversor que puso la plata, porque ganamos en Buenos Aires Emprende, Capital Semilla y Fonsoft, pero la plata vino un tiempo después. Sigue viniendo. Pero nuestro primer inversor fue...
¿Y después cuánto dinero más levantaron?
Nunca más levantamos plata.
¿Vos pensás que puede ser porque tenías 19 años que nadie confiaba en vos como inversor?
A ver, no es difícil decirlo. Sé que muchas respuestas que me dieron algunos inversores cuando fui a hablar era más una excusa que otra cosa. Fui entendiendo con el tiempo que el inversor también era una persona y que tenía motivaciones para invertir o no, y que una de esas motivaciones era la justificación de esa inversión, y que quizás yo era un producto bastante riesgoso para invertir. Sí, me di cuenta con el tiempo.
¿Crees que después de haber vendido tu compañía ahora eso es más fácil?
Creo que por lo menos es más fácil el acceso. No sé si después es más fácil la inversión porque depende de un montón de cuestiones coyunturales que a veces nos exceden. Pero sí, sin duda, hay otra recepción.
Contame, pasemos a Juan. Vos recibiste inversión de Nxtp y después buscaste Guaira también.
Nosotros,
invirtió.
Ana nos decía, ustedes son un caso ejemplar que pasaron por todos lados buscando plata. Y en el fondo sí, pasamos por Startup Chile, después de Nxtp Labs, después nos llamaron de Guaira y entramos a Guaira también. Y en el medio levantamos una ronda Ángel que también nos dio impulso y nos gastamos toda la plata encontrando el camino, más o menos. Lo rico de eso es que pasamos por todo un ecosistema emprendedor multinacional y nos llegamos a relacionar con gente y con empresas que todavía estamos en contacto y que hasta son oportunidad de negocio.
¿Qué te agregó cada programa? Concretamente, ¿qué Nxtp, qué Guaira, qué Startup Chile?
Hoy estoy medio obsecuente. Nxtp en realidad nos enseñó uno tiene la teoría, trabajó para otros, ayudó a otros a armar, pero hasta que uno realmente no arma, no se monta su propio proyecto, no arranca su propia empresa, no tiene ni idea de cómo es el asunto. Y Nxtp nos presentó nos ayudó a construir eso, lo inicial, y nos dio la comodidad de entrar a conversar con inversores potenciales, entender lo que es el capital de riesgo, hablar con personas, empezar a manejarme en ese ambiente. Startup Chile me permitió enfocarme mucho más, porque también yendo a Chile, estando ahí, no tenés distracción posible, lo único que tenés que hacer es trabajar, realmente trabajás. Y luego Guaira nos ayudó más con su visión B2B, de empresa a empresa, que es un poco cómo funciona Telefónica, y de ahí maman todo. Entonces creo que un poco Nxtp fue aprender lo que es ser emprendedor, Startup Chile fue el foco, Guaira fue aprender lo que es la relación con otras empresas.
¿De dónde vinieron los inversores que conseguiste? ¿Cómo los convenciste? ¿Qué tan fácil fue eso?
Tuvimos mucha suerte en ese sentido. Me interesa saber cómo fue la de ustedes. Pero nos llamaron. Y nos llamaron de una de las principales empresas de nuestro sector de Estados Unidos porque los habíamos conocido en una conferencia. Uno levantó una mano, hola, soy Pepe, tal empresa. Fui a saludarlo, le conté lo que hacíamos, de cara dura ya. Todo el training que te da estar pichando, estar hablando constantemente en todo lugar. Nos invitaron a su empresa, presentamos, dijeron, esto es genial, tienen que conocer a Twitter. Al tiempo nos llamaron diciendo, hagamos negocios juntos o tal vez nos interesaría comprarlos. Y ahí se inició un ir y venir de negociaciones. Aparecieron nuevos players,
Si tenés que recomendar un consejo, ¿es esperar que te llamen?
Es lo ideal.
Creo que no.
Yo creo que tuvimos una suerte increíble, pero el consejo casi es saber administrar esa suerte. Y a mí me jodían, pero decían, pará de decir que no, decir que sí de una buena vez. Porque dijimos que no a 3 distintos potenciales compradores hasta que finalmente dijimos que sí a la opción que veíamos que más sentido tenía para todos.
La clave es encontrar un modelo de bidding donde puedas tener a varios compitiendo por a ver quién se queda con tu compañía.
Y eso a nosotros
nos
nos resultó muy bien porque es lo que hace subir no solo el precio, sino también mejorar las condiciones en las que uno va a trabajar.
¿Estuviste trabajando con James en
James
eso?
Haft, muy recomendable para todos. James está loquísimo, pero es un genio, claro.
Un genio.
Eugenio. No, ok, contanos un poco cuál fue tu experiencia. Alexis, ¿cómo fue el proceso de vender la compañía? ¿Cómo los encontraste? ¿Qué pasó?
Bueno, nosotros los conocimos de la existencia de los 7 en realidad porque salió en TechCrunch una nota que decía que el Etsy brasilero, Etsy es el de Estados Unidos, el Etsy brasilero había levantado guita de Axel Partners y Monagis. A lo que yo dije, estábamos fritos, porque obviamente nuestra idea era levantar guita para ir a Brasil, porque eso es lo que todos queremos, y que un competidor brasilero hubiera levantado tantos fondos era jodido. Pero bueno, por suerte tenía mucha gente a mi alrededor que me fue orientando. Yo entré a Nxtp sin saber lo que era AdWords, así. O sea que necesitaba un poco de coaching. Y me acuerdo que Gonzalo me dijo, bueno, a través de Santi Siri, que compartí inversores con ellos, me consiguió un Skype con el tipo, que era el manager, que ahora era el manager de los 7, que había sido el director de Mercado Libre Brasil, o sea que estaba como un poco distinto en experiencia a mí. Y me acuerdo que Gonzalo me dijo, lo único importante es que consigas otra reunión y no hables. Entonces yo me anoté en una libretita, no hables. Entonces, como vamos a tener el Skype, lo primero que hice fue apagar la cámara, porque no me daba la cara para hablar con el tipo. No, bueno, Wi-Fi, no anda. Entonces yo tenía, próxima reunión, no hables. Entonces, sí, cada pregunta que él me hacía, yo le hacía otra pregunta. Y le dije, che, bueno, me tengo que ir, ¿hablamos dentro de un mes? Sí, dale, hablamos dentro de un mes. Listo. Y bueno, unos meses después me fui a Brasil, estaba Red Innova y nos fuimos a Brasil, fue muy divertido, un viaje muy divertido con los muchachos. Y yo tenía anotado follow up y no hables. Entonces lo que hice fue ir a almorzar para no hablar. Tipo, le dije, no almorcé, ¿qué puedo comer? ¿Sí? Bueno, y de esa forma fui conociendo al tipo que tenía enfrente, que me sacaba 20 años de ventaja, 20 años de experiencia, y fui entendiendo la forma de pensar. Y bueno, después fueron muchos meses, como 9 meses de ida, vuelta. En el medio de nosotros que teníamos unos angels que querían poner guita. Y la situación se definió cuando, como vos decís, entró un tercero en discordia, que era la competencia de ellos en Brasil, que era una startup de Rocket. Que el primer Skype que me dijo, me enteré que los 7 está hablando con ustedes, ¿cuánto querés? Yo la verdad que lo último que quería era hacer algo con Rocket, pero me sirvió porque fue lo que hizo que los 7 pusiera la firma en la propuesta.
Preguntas rápidas para cerrar. Ya estamos excedidos de tiempo, pero un tip cada uno de cómo levantar capital, cómo convencer a estos ángeles que están acá y para las empresas que acaban de pitchar, ¿qué tienen que hacer ahora para encontrar a los inversores? Rápido.
Bueno, para mí es entender que sea angel o fondo o lo que sea, es una persona, tiene sus intereses, sus objetivos, lo que le gusta, lo que no le gusta, y hay que entender eso. No le estás pichando a una empresa, le estás hablando con una persona y vos sos una persona, y eso para mí es lo inicial. Y ahí, si hay un feeling entre personas, la inversión sucede.
Ok. Juan.
Es mucho de eso, es construir la relación y hacerle entender a estas personas que el resultado, nadie realmente sabe cuál va a ser el resultado, si no sería muy fácil. Pero lo que importa es el proceso y demostrarles que a través de ese proceso, como personas también, pueden confiar en que vas a hacer lo mejor posible porque su inversión logre un resultado de crecimiento y que realmente es un negocio invertir en vos y en tu equipo. Aunque ese modelo pueda cambiar, realmente vas a hacer lo que sea lo que está en tus manos con el proceso para alcanzarlo.
Un tip para cómo manejar el crecimiento y lo que se sufre con el equipo.
Pasarla bien, pues se sufre tanto el recuerdo de Red Innova en Brasil. Realmente esos momentos en que uno puede celebrarlos, y Diego, si está ahí al fondo, Diego Jordenko, ahí está. Cada vez que llamamos a un cliente, nos daba una reunión, la celebrábamos y hacíamos un bailecito tonto. Pero es disfrutar esos micro momentos que te permiten llegar al día siguiente y construir ahí paso a paso esa empresa.
Sí, sin duda pasarla bien es la clave y tener un objetivo profundo, digamos, tener algo que te esté motivando a hacer lo que estás haciendo. Si lo vas a hacer solamente para conseguir la próxima inversión, probablemente no te vaya bien.
Un último tip de cómo vender la compañía.
Cara.
No ayudas mucho.
No, realmente confiar en expertos, pero estar atento a cada microletra que haya en ese contrato, contemplar todas las alternativas, asesorarte muy bien legalmente con gente que confíes, más que el gurú que te recomiendan, alguien que confíe, que esté de tu lado. El legal, el contable y el soporte emocional del otro lado conteniéndote. Así se vende una compañía.
Digamos, y cómo llegar a la oportunidad de vender, quizás es saber cuál es tu visión, o sea, saber para dónde querés ir vos y encontrar a alguien más grande que quiere ir para el mismo lado. Creo que eso es el único forma.
Gracias a todos los rockstars.
Just wanted to thank everybody for coming. It's a great event. And one last thing, before the entrepreneurs leave, they'd like to take a group photo of all the entrepreneurs. So anyone that presented or that's part of Nxtp, come on up today. Thank you everybody very, very much. And we look forward to seeing you for edition number 7.